this moment, there are 7 billion people in this world. 7 billion people with their own stories, families, dreams, and battles to face. Over 14 million students are said to enroll in high school this upcoming school year. Students who are taking their first steps to exciting and complicated journeys. 4 years, that means much more than the grades you get, the sports you play, what you wear, or the car you drive. 4 years, that means not just finding yourself, but creating yourself. Finding the strength through your weakest moments and developing your goals and dreams is an inspiration that stems through life experiences. Now as it comes time to say goodbye, no, this is not the end of the journey, but the beginning of the next chapter. And every story needs strong and well-developed characters, such as Moa Senior class of 2017.
Sleeping too much.
Being sick and tired.
You know you about to leave and you just don't want to do nothing.
Yeah, you don't mind being late. Like if you feeling sick or something, you just be like, I'll take this out.
Just being done with all of it. Like every time someone's talking to you, you're like, I only have 30 more days left. I don't care.
What about you, buddy? That was good. That was all right. We'll go with that.
Like, I've become very outgoing. I was still willing to talk to people, but I was more awkward about it. And now I just kind of don't care of how I come off to people. I just sort of let myself be who I am when I introduce myself to people.
I just started controlling my intro battle.
I can definitely say from my old school from freshman year, definitely had a lot more hair, and I was definitely not as independent as I am now. You know, I've definitely kind of grown to the person that I am today, and you know, even though I haven't been to school, you know, as often as I should, you know, I've still been able to kind of grow from senior year and been able to incorporate a lot more friends for moments in my life, and you know, I've met a lot of really, really great friends here. Like, there's no other school like Moa, honestly.
I think you grow into your own skin once you, after freshman year, because freshman year is just awkward. So after that, you become more confident and stuff like that in yourself.
We're all awkward. Maybe you, but.
Just gotten more confident, I guess.
I think I've stayed the same, to be honest. Like, nothing's changed at all.
I got gayer.
I got more acne.
Ooh, I didn't want to come.
I just didn't want to.
I don't even make an excuse. I'm like, I didn't want to come.
I told my teacher I had a doctor's appointment, and I didn't feel like going to the doctor, so I told the doctor I had school.
Did you go to the gym instead?
All right.
Dr. Allen.
Dr. Allen. I feel like Dr. Allen's really found out how much of an impact he really has on every kid's life, and although I know there are sometimes he wants to say some things, he wouldn't say them because he realizes that's not really the most appropriate time, and he's really taken his position seriously, and if I could tell him thank you, this is it.
My favorite year was freshman year because we all really got to know who everyone was, and we kind of had to step out of our comfort zones to make new friends, and I really just respected that.
I feel I enjoyed every year. It's all good.
I like senior year a lot because I feel like we all became a lot more mature when it comes to each other's feelings, and like we started really like understanding and respecting each other a lot more.
For me, it was between junior year and senior year, because senior year it's just beautiful, like not as many classes, and you have the fun classes, and then junior year, the Keys trip and the deer.
Yeah, the junior year was pretty cool. Like, we had a lot of stuff that we didn't do. Physics labs were cool. The trip was fun.
I think it's when we all were talking to Dakota on the bus on the way back from the junior trip. I was asleep the whole time, so.
Definitely waking up to deer eating Eva's food. And just going back to sleep.
Just letting it happen.
And on that same note, when Dakota was sleeping and the deer was eating his bread, so he went out of his tent and tried to fight it with a flashlight.
We're like our late night talks.
Will you guys shut up?
I think we all bonded very close that night.
So sophomore year in speech class, I was like super nervous to talk. I think it was Nathan and the seniors from 2 classes ago. They graduated. I had just finished my speech And out of nowhere, they got up and started chanting, David, David. She got so mad. But I'm like, oh man, I made it. They're like,
The family bond we have as a class. Seeing Jared every day. I remember our freshman year, whenever we walked out of the cafeteria, if we walked out, there was this one group of seniors that would sit in the courtyard. And the moment we stepped out of the cafeteria, they would come running up and like, what are you doing? And you'd be like, I'm just going to the bathroom.
I remember being late like every single day of my senior year, basically.
Having to swap shoes with somebody else because you forgot closed-toed
For
shoes
a
for
lab.
labs.
Yeah.
And then coming back with sopping wet shoes, like, I'm sorry.
Every time, like in the morning, wait, do you have sneakers?
The sense of community and freedom kind of gives you leeway to understand what's around you and who you are and who everyone else is. So, it's very close-knit.
I hated you. Can I tell a quick story?
You can act yourself at one and
Yeah.
no one will judge you for it.
If I went to
Trust
any
me,
other
no.
school,
I would have come out so much later. I'm kidding.
wait,
I don't know, it's tight knit.
Tight-knit.
Yeah.
Family.
Family. That's when we all got to know each other.
It's like, it's really like hard because like it's a lot of learning, but it's also really laid back. And the more I feel like since we're so laid back, it's easier to learn because it gives the kids room to, you know, think, like take things and interpret it the way like they need to.
It's kind of like smaller, so it's more like family oriented at times. You know, sometimes you hate one person, but you know, it's small, so you got to get used to it.
You're almost like forced to be in the family, whether you want to be in it or not. It's like you don't get to choose your family, and it's like that in real life, and it's like that here. Like you just automatically, like it just happens whether you try or not to.
I love y'all. I love y'all. I don't like y'all. What is love?
It's a school that makes you want to come to school.
That's true.
It's like a family. It's like you're home away from home.
Of course, it's family. I think we really do mean it. Like, even, like I said, like those that don't want to say that we are can't help but be part of that family.
That's the thing. We're also not like terrible to each other.
It's like, you know, we're not like any other high school. You know, like, you know, other high schools, everyone's kind of, you know, and whatever. We're all kind of here for each other.
I just like how much things have changed. Like that's what, like we're still the same people we came in 4 years ago, but we've learned so much more and like matured and like
leaving.
We're exiting. Definitely knowing like more of who we are and like I think we all have Moa to thank for that.
Definitely. It's just like a huge like family. Like
Yeah.
everyone knows everyone.
Friends. Yeah. And like good teachers, like good education.
Student communication in classes honestly helped a lot of people, and that's what teachers don't really discriminate against. They don't like say that we can't talk to each other. They actually encourage students to talk to each other, and it just helps with learning.
Make close friends here.
Like you've lost friends, but then you gain. Like freshman year, I didn't know any of y'all, but now it's like, y'all are my best friends.
If we were to go to like another high school, we wouldn't have gotten this experience whatsoever because there's so many kids there, like a few thousand, and here there's only like 300. So we wouldn't have been as close with our class if we were to go to a bigger high school compared to here.
It's really not like what does it mean to me, it's what it's meant to me. I mean, this whole class is basically, I wouldn't say family, but pretty close. I mean, you figure we've grown each year together. It's about making new experiences.
It is. We are one big family, and every year someone says it, and every year it's true. We are one big family, and
Describe the senior class. Sensitive.
The senior class is made up of some of the funniest and most memorable students that I've ever taught. I feel like for every kid in the class, I can look back and remember a specific event or moment that happened, and it always brings a smile to my face and makes me laugh.
I would just say very funny, just a great sense of humor and very, very chill, easy to talk to. Everyone has different personalities that makes, as a whole, just a very, very unique and interesting but enjoyable class.
I mean, it's hard to describe a whole group of people. I mean, I kind of think of you guys as like my babies. Not necessarily in the way you act, though that happens sometimes, but more so, again, just being here from the beginning, going through it together. You know, we've been here all 4 years, so, you know, I think of you as kind of like my own children.
I didn't have as many seniors this year as others, but punctuality. This is the first year they can drive, and they just cannot get it to school on time.
I met them last year as juniors, so my first impressions, they were really, really nice. I had a lot of them in solar energy last year. They were really laid back, really great.
Well, I was looking forward to meeting this group. I had watched most of you guys walk by my room for 2 years, so I was looking forward to meeting the last group at Moa that I hadn't had yet. It's been a good year.
As freshmen, everyone's kind of hard to see what you're like because you're very timid, you're very quiet. You know, you hang out by yourselves with your own little group. So, I mean, I don't know if I have any specific recollection of what you were as freshmen directly. You know, just a very timid and quiet class initially.
Of course, physically and mentally, I hope. That's the purpose of school.
I suppose, yeah, of course they've grown. It's funny to see how you guys were as freshmen, and though you've changed, you still see some of those little things that come back that you did as freshmen and sophomores, you know. So you've definitely grown and matured, but you're still the same.
I think you've grown immensely over the 4 years, maturity-wise. But you still have fun, like play tectonics and rows in the back of the room, sort of thing. So that was good.
Yes, I do think that they've grown in the sense of definitely more mature from when I first met them as little baby 10th graders in speech class. I had quite a few of them and they were very shy, and then now I have them, most of them as seniors, and just definitely more mature.
Well, probably had a lot of swimmers that are graduated this year. Pretty academic class. Senior players on the academic A-team, those things mean a lot to me. Ocean Bowl team. That and just good rapport and friendships I've made with the kids over the 4 years I've been here.
This senior class was really close to me. If I have a memory, it's not one in particular, I guess it's just the way you all interact with the adults and with yourselves.
The inside jokes, the laughter, the nicknames. I'll miss all those things. Little Buddy, Miss Piggy, Big Haas, avocados from Mexico. Did I say Little Buddy? Little Buddy. It's for you, Little Buddy. Shavery 2016. Remember when I brought you candy corn and told you it was trash? Watered down chocolate milk. And especially Jimmy Dean.
Probably just being the first group coming here 4 years ago and having you guys come here 4 years ago. You know, we've kind of gone through this experience together, so I think that's my biggest memory is the doing this together part of it.
You guys are all very respectful, and you guys are always energetic on everything you guys always do. Very positive.
This senior class, it's made out of a bunch of unique individuals, and every senior class that comes along, is always memorable.
I would say, having been here 4 years, that this is the most involved class in terms of wanting to do stuff outside of their own little group. So whether it's planning activities, whether it's participating in events, I think this group is very unique in that respect, is that you're very much a participant in the whole experience and wanting to be more than just a student in high school.
It would just be to squander yourselves on things that you find purposeful, something that you can just get lost in doing. If you can find a job that lets you do that, then that's great. That's exactly what I want for all of you.
Good luck and whatever you decide to do in the future.
The world is your oyster. I mean, this is Moa, so the world is your oyster. Go out, make some pearls.
Don't be afraid to go after what you want. You guys are good enough to make it.
I wish you all the luck and for you all to truly find what your heart desires.
Goodbye.
Good luck.
Dreams. Dreams are meant to be achieved. When you get old, don't look back and say, what if or I wish I would have. Achieve your dreams.
I would make sure you develop a marketable skill that'll get you a job you enjoy so that you can become tax-paying adults like the rest of us and reach those dreams you guys have set for yourselves.
Just appreciate this moment and everyone around you and everyone that's helped you get this far, because from here on out nothing's ever going to be the same. But just know that you will be missed.
You know, it's going to be sad because, like I said, I've seen you guys grow all this time. To see you go off to college, to work, wherever you guys go, you know, it's always sad to see that group go. Good luck. You know, hopefully we've done something for you. We've taught you something. Try to do something so that when I left, I made it a little better than when it was before. So I can say that for you guys. You definitely have made Moa a little bit of a better place. And I hope you take that with you and continue to leave your mark wherever you go. And, you know, we'll miss you.
Thanks for all of the laughs. I think as a whole, you guys have so many different characters in your class with a variety of personalities. But no matter what group of friends I was talking to, just a lot of laughs, especially this year. There's some inside jokes, and I'll say one thing and you will never let me forget about it. I think moving forward, you should keep that sense of humor in life, because it's important to keep things light and easygoing. And just I wish you the best of luck in the future. I see a lot of potential in you guys, and just keep growing, but also maintain that lovely sense of humor that you guys have.
Other than be on time at college and your job, remember, when you go to college, you're starting all over again. No one cares what you did in high school. None of it matters. So go start a new life. Hopefully better than this one.
I can feel you flowing through my veins, taking every part, there's no escape, 'cause I can't deny all of these feelings buried deep inside. I'm out of reasons and I don't know why I ever even tried to put up a fight. Dear younger me, where do I start? If I could tell you everything that I have learned so far, then you could be one step ahead of all the painful memories still running through my head. I wonder how much different things would be, dear younger me. Do I give some speech about how to get the most out of your life? Or do I go deep and try to change the choices that you'll make? 'Cause they're the choices that made me. And even though I love this crazy life, sometimes I wish it was a smoother ride, dear younger me. Dear younger me. to me. It's not your fault.
This is where the chapter ends. A new one now begins. Time has come for letting go. The hardest part is when you know all of these years when we were here are ending. But I'll always remember we have had the time of our lives. And now the pages turned, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. Where the water meets the land, there is shifting in the sand. Like the tide that ebbs and flows, memories will come and go. All of these years when we were here are ending, but I'll always remember we have had the time of our